All right, everybody, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. Lovely to see you again. This episode may be a little short. Episode 39. We have a little bit of technical difficulties. Obviously, I can't speak. Uh, Jed's having a little bit of trouble on his end, and Lane is also having a little trouble on his end because, well, unfortunately, Lane Miller came down with the CCP virus.
Yeah.
And hopefully I whispered that just a little low enough so the algorithms won't butt fuck me. Well, maybe they will because of that. Lane, everybody wants to know, how are you dealing with COVID?
Uh, let's just say it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I kind of figured this day was going to come. But hey, that's all right. My immune system said, fuck you, COVID. You're a little bitch. And yeah, COVID's nothing, guys. It's nothing. I can smell, I can taste. The only thing is I get random coughs. And like I'm just sore and tired. But other than that, like every day is just like getting better. So no biggie.
All right.
Fucking, that's what you get when you made mud pies when you were a little kid. And you tried those out. And build up a strong immune system.
Yeah, eating a lot of dirt and bugs and everything. But for anybody that is not watching on YouTube, whenever you can get the audio only part on Spotify, you're missing out a little bit because Lane has to wear shades because he's having terrible eye pain from light.
Have to. I mean, it just helps.
Well, that's the one thing he didn't want to say, but I had to let everybody know COVID will hurt your eyes. It's gonna attack you right in the retinas. And that's too bad. We hope that you recover really quick, and that's kind of why we're having a little short episode this week. Moving on though, Jed, you're back in Butte. You having fun seeing the fam?
No, man, it's really hot, and I had to work today with my dad doing a 70-foot gutter, man. And he
Ooh.
was like, "Oh, don't even worry. We'll be in the shade all day." I get there, I can't see any shade at all. There's no shade to be found. And I was like, "Oh, shade all day, huh? Shade all day." Yeah, no. 80, 90 degrees, man. It was hot. But we're
No,
okay. We're doing fine.
I'm pretty sure he just meant that you're going to be throwing shade all day. I get that.
Maybe that's what he was talking about.
uh, that's too good. Um, just to let you guys know, I'm gonna update you on my life. I'm doing all right. I've had a Saturday off and the first in like 6 weeks. So if you don't know, it's Sunday for me here, and it's Saturday for the guys because that's how time zones work. And it's just cool to have 2 days off in a weekend for like
Yeah.
once in a while, a long time.
I couldn't imagine.
I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I'm relaxed. I'm yeah.
Yeah, I would be. Does the time fly by for you too? Like,
A little bit, yeah. Like my weekends feel like they poof really fast, just go away. I feel like I don't get enough done on my weekends because of that. But like I don't know, I feel like time just flies for me in general right now. I feel like I'm getting old and everything's going by so fast. I'm gonna be dead soon, kind of thing. Like it's like I'm blink, I'm 40, I'm dead. I hope not to die at 40. I've just meant just it's gonna be here and gone. It feels like because just every day it just feels like my week is flies by. I don't know, it's crazy.
I get that. I'm 25 on Monday, dude.
25. Damn,
Crazy.
I remember that.
I feel like just last week we were all sitting in the Buda playground playing dodgeball and running around, tearing shit up in school. Now here we are doing a podcast and living in like, a totally different time zone, totally different continent on a freaking island in the South Pacific, and we got land over here in Denver. It's just like, wow, where did it all go?
God damn, that's heavy as fuck.
Last
Yeah. Well, speaking of islands in the South Pacific, you guys want to hear something?
Sure.
This is why I think I'll just dive into it. So, China talks a lot of shit, right? And one of their
Yeah.
hard lines in China is that Taiwan is theirs and blah blah blah, and they're gonna take back Taiwan someday. And they keep pushing back this date because whatever. But one of their hard things that they say is like, if the U.S. ever lands a plane in Taiwan, an Air Force plane in Taiwan, we're gonna attack. We're gonna burn Taiwan to the ground. We're gonna take it back because fuck Taiwan's freedom. By the way, Taiwan #1. And I gotta say, why didn't you do it, China? Because guess what? America landed a fucking big ass Air Force plane. I'm not sure exactly what it was. It was something like Global Dominator, Global Navigator, something like that.
like
Huge Air Force plane for cargo, right?
sorry,
It didn't have.
sound about
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Galaxy.
It
That's
didn't.
like just fucking like cargo aircraft. Dude, I've been in one. You can fit multiple tanks in it. You can fit. It's fucking retarded. It's crazy. And like you can see that bitch miles away when it's coming in for landing. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
It was ridiculously massive. I was like, this is awesome, like because obviously they didn't need to send a giant cargo plane with just a handful of diplomats to Taiwan, but it sent a message. It told China, we're here. We're here. We respect that Taiwan is a sovereign country. We respect the fact that they are a free country with a voted republic. Like all these things. We're not respecting China's dictatorship, communist party BS. And oh, by the way, I even more so. Like I don't think they even had the vaccines on board because what happened? Why America was landing this plane though was to put these diplomats there for just a couple hours and then they took off. And what it was that America is giving a whole bunch of vaccines to Taiwan, donating them to them because they have a little tiny outbreak right now, and we help the other free countries of the world, people that respect human rights, things like that. So what does China do? This is the hard line. This is if this happens, we're gonna attack. They don't do jack. Don't do jack. They don't even talk about that it happened, and they're like state-run media. They don't talk about it at all. They ignore the problem because they do not want a war. They do not want to attack because they know that America will come, push them in to the dirt because the Communist Party is garbage, treats people like garbage, their own people. It's ridiculous. Okay, the Chinese people are the worst recipients of like the Chinese Communist Party's BS, right? Like
Yeah.
they have to live with all this crap because the Chinese Communist Party doesn't realize that they're hurting. Like, well, they do really. They don't care that they're hurting people. That's what it really is. And yeah, I mean, so they decided to ignore this problem, and they have a whole bunch of these flag waving, communist loving, Chinese party loving crazy people, we could say, that are like, hey, China, what are you doing? Like, this is the hard line. This is the stand. Come on, and China's just telling these people to shut up. By the way, Tiananmen Square anniversary was this past week, by the time you're hearing about it. And, fight for your freedom. Don't ever lie down.
Wasn't there some shit about the Tiananmen Square on Google? Like you couldn't, like if you tried Googling it, you couldn't find it.
Yeah, Bing had hired somebody that was a Communist Party sympathizer, and you couldn't Google anything about Tiananmen Square. Like, I guess you could Google like modern day Tiananmen Square, but you couldn't Google the incident.
Yeah.
Not Google. I'm sorry. It's Bing. I think it's Bing. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. It's weird too, because like I remember growing up, like one of our schools had like a whole like big picture of it, right?
Yeah, there was. I remember having a teacher that had a poster of Tiananmen Square in her room or whatever, and it was about like standing up to oppression and like fight for what you believe in. There was a whole bunch of quotes on it, I guess, but
Yeah, because they had all those pictures that'd be like it'd be a picture, and then a big word, and like the black border around the picture, and then it would say something like a little quote about the word, right? And it would say like it would have a picture of a dog. It'd be like confidence, and it's like how does this picture bring up confidence? It doesn't make any sense. But with the Tiananmen Square one, I think it was like oppression, and that one made sense. Yeah, Tiananmen Square oppression.
That was also out of place too, because it was like the kitten hanging in there, the dog, like the bird, and all that, and then there's like Tiananmen Square. You're like
Tiananmen Square. You got the gas. You got the guy in the tank. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Important though.
Very important, and we all need to remember these things because, well, someday these people will be free. I hope.
Well,
we fight every day.
What I'm worried about is it's spreading here, and it's kind of welcomed with open arms to some people, like the socialist aspect of it, and like kind of like I don't know if these people are really that stupid or they just haven't thought, or they just don't care. Like, government assistance types of programs, the money has to come from somewhere, right? So like the hardworking taxpayer is footing the bill, and then I mean, we know how it goes. Like then we just end up paying more. The working class ends up paying more in taxes, and then these people are just like, fuck it, why would I work? And then they're getting paid more, and it's like to the point where like your tax is just going to go up and up and up and up to the point where you yourself is going to say, yeah, what the fuck is the point of it? It's forced almost. It's like running out of jobs. Well, I don't want to say running out of jobs because we're not, but we're like, if we really wanted to start up America again, we could be booming. But there's so many factories, so many places that have been moved out and outsourced overseas, Mexico, that if we brought it all back here, like that was one of the things with the pandemic is like we were blown away by, we can't make medicine here? Why can't we make medicine here? It's like, we get that.
Yeah, that took a lot of people off guard.
It's like, we get our fucking medicine from overseas. Like, what the fuck? And it's just like, I guess my overall point is, we can't be embracing that shit. Like, we cannot be doing that. We got to get off our asses and start, like, working, man. Like, that is terrible. Stagnant. All the business going overseas, like, it's terrible.
Yeah, I generally don't like big pharma, and the thought that big pharma is outside of the States is like, I just hate that so much.
Yeah, it's double the negative connotation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at how many things that we rely on from other countries. I think that's ridiculous. We should at least be, making somewhere around 50% of our own medicines and our own products, right?
Right.
But what I was going to say, did you guys see that? I want to say it was Joe Biden, but it might be like something in his cabinet. Credit on him. he signed into something where you cannot work with the Chinese that benefits your business can't benefit the Chinese Communist Party's military. But what that really means is like the entirety of China, like business, economics, like every business and the military are one and the same. So you can't not work over in China and not benefit the military in some way, shape, or form. There's probably better wording about that, like, well, if you're making T-shirts, like that's different. But it's like no, because they can take your T-shirt factory and turn it into, making T-shirts for the Chinese military, like any minute. So is this going to lead to like all U.S. businesses needing to leave China? Like maybe, I don't know. Like let's go to Africa and give people money to make goods. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Next place, right?
Maybe the Middle East.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know, man.
They
I
got
think
oil.
America
we
likes to
took a
go.
lot.
America likes to go in there and just do whatever the heck they want. So it's anybody's guess.
Yeah, where they're gonna go.
Yeah, I don't think there's many places that would stop us from starting to produce a lot of stuff in their country.
Yeah.
Right.
Except
Oh,
maybe
I
the
mean-
U.S. The U.S. might stop us from producing in their country.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, why would
Seems
they
like
not want more manufacturing in their own country? But
Yeah, I
Help
don't know.
out the unskilled labor
yeah.
for once.
See, that's what blows my fucking mind is like when we had those manufacturing jobs, we were boom. That's when we heard about like, mom staying at home, raising the kids, 2-car garage, a boat,
Yeah.
like make it. And then now it's just, oh well, all those jobs are shipped out overseas, done for less pay, and we're over here scrounging for pennies. Our like shit, all because they want to make a couple bucks. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous, but I think at the same time, whenever that was happening, Europe was rebuilding, so America was like a big, like we were the only people that didn't get effed by the war, and uh, like everybody else was rebuilding. They were using America, like manufacturing and industry, to like rebuild. I think after China stepped in, like that's why we lost a lot of those things because we opened up to communism to let a communist party that runs everything use all their labor to take over those kind of jobs, and then we also incentivize us to move our businesses other places where we can pay people less money, we can make more profit as a CEO, we could make you know more money on the backs of slavery, like
basically,
honestly. Like no, there's real like slavery in China, man. They're locked up. Maybe they make enough to like eat, and that's it. Like it's how fucked up is Nike that they have to put nets around their buildings so people don't jump off and die.
Right.
Because their working conditions are so bad in China that's what people are resorting to. It's just death.
that's why I don't buy Nike, dude.
100%.
I wonder if that's a metric they keep track of. They have these quarterly meetings. Like, yeah, so profit margins up 20%, sales are down 5%. And we've had a 50% increase to potential jumpers. like, do they keep track of that? Do they count how many people try to kill themselves at their companies?
Well, it's obviously that they did because they put up nets. Like they're like, oh, well, it's not profitable not to have nets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's so like don't even value human life anymore. Like it's awful. And like now they're using Uyghur Muslims as slaves and to like working them to death. Like, might as well not just kill. It reminds me of Schindler's List. Maybe that's the big thing that we're gonna see at the end of this is that people are out there trying to like at least get these Uyghurs to work so they're not just dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The world is crazy. I don't know. I'm going off, guys. Big thing.
Crazy.
Fuck the CCP, and we're gonna lighten it up a little bit on the show because I think we took a really dark turn. I think we need to dial it back a little bit. I got a little heated because some people
we gotta lighten it
suck.
up. We gotta lighten it up. Is that better?
It's a little bit better.
Okay. All right.
Jed, when you're tired, you look scary.
You're tired. You look scary.
Thank you. Thank you. So, man, just I don't even know. I'm so tired. I really am so tired because I've just been sleeping like I would wake up right sometime in the afternoon and I would be like, man, I can't keep waking up at 6 p.m. in the afternoon. So I would stay up all night and be like, I gotta stay up as long as possible to reset my sleep schedule. So I wouldn't go to bed until like noon, 1 o'clock, and then I'd wake up at like 8 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still trying to get this fixed. I'm still not sleeping at night now, and I need to get back to sleeping at nighttime.
Yeah, it's hot out though. Like I get why
hot.
you do that.
It's so freaking hot, dude.
Yeah, that's too bad, man. But working out there in that heat, you know those farmers are so.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure you've baled some hay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, tell us about baling hay. How much fun was that?
Not very. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what's going on right now out in Illinois, but somewhere maybe. So yeah, I mean, been on the back, you know, whenever you're chucking those fucking bales up and somebody else is stacking them on the rack and everything. I remember this was a crazy time. So we're baling hay and everything. We're getting them all racked up, and I mean, you can stack hay to the fucking rafters, you know, like you can stack it pretty high. And I just remember there was this kid. He's fairly newer, and he's up there learning the ropes. And he slipped and he fell off this fucking, must have been like 4 stories, you know, something like that, like a 4-story apartment, you know, or a house or something like that. It was massively up there. He fell, and I don't know how, but he was like a fucking bouncy ball or something, man, because he fell and he just bounced off the ground and like maybe the original parkour guy. He was okay. It was so surprising. I was like,
wild.
This dude is full of internal bleeding. I swear to God, like. He has to be. This is crazy.
What the fuck? Would you call, like, is he fine?
Kinda. Like, he went to the hospital because we were all like, there's something has to be wrong. And it ended up being like he had like, a lot of bruising, but that was it. I was like, what the fuck? You lucky son of a bitch.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah. Guess you just landed on a good spot, you know. A lot of hay.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Some bendy boards. I don't know. Maybe he ate the gum fruit. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. Some anime. Oh, that's too good. Shit. Well, you guys know, like, have you guys been out there on the roads? I don't know. Lane's kind of in the city, so he's not going to see farmers or anything, right? Or tractors. But, like, I've already heard of some people, like, coming over a hill and bam, hitting a fucking tractor with their car.
Like I haven't done that. Haven't done it. But just the other day I was driving and I came over a hill and there was a combine going about 2 miles an hour and I was like, oh shit. Had to slow down, get over real quick. Half my car's in the ditch, no problem. And then today, me and my dad are heading to a job to put this gutter on. And as he crests this hill, there's a big pickup truck, like those dually 350s guys get to do their farm work. And he's pulling an anhydrous tank behind him, or maybe it was a water tank. I don't know what was in it. But he's in the middle of the road, parked. He's got his driver's side door just hanging open. We come up over the hill like, what the hell are we supposed to do? So luckily the guy comes up and he shuts his door really quick so we can get by him. But yeah, man, 'tis the season of seeing a bunch of whack stuff just hanging out in the road.
Yeah, and those farmers too, like you're gonna start seeing the ones that don't have the best equipment, don't update their equipment, or don't take care of it as good as they should. And there's gonna be guys pulling tanks and old trailers and stuff. They're gonna be swerving all over the road because something's wrong with them. I've seen that so many times.
Probably as well, you got to factor that in.
That's true too. I don't know too many farmers that don't have, a couple beers at lunch or something. So.
Wait, farmers that wait until lunch to start drinking?
Oh yeah, I know a couple. Shit, I remember. Oh my God, I was working with a guy back in the day, and he drank Jim Beam with his coffee, like 50-50. Black coffee and Jim Beam. I was like, damn, this guy is fucking lit all day. It was crazy.
Did his name share any semblance to yours?
Oh. No, my dad was a vodka man. So
vodka, gotcha.
Fuck yourself.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say. Did his name have any similarity to the drink?
Oh no, not that guy. But
Right.
I know who you're talking about. He got sober, and I'm actually really proud of him.
Oh really?
Who you're thinking of? Yeah. I mean, he smokes his Mary Jane, but it's better than he was destroying himself on alcohol. And I think he listens to the show, so shout out to you, bud.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, man. Glad you're doing good.
Yeah, he really turned his life around and for the better. He got rid of that crazy girlfriend he had. It's pretty bad. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've all had those.
What?
I said we've all had those.
Crazy girls? Yeah. Shit. One or two.
All of them.
Jed, all of them. All of them. Well, I guess the first mistake is thinking that women are not crazy. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
we love the ladies of the Gentleman's Bureau.
You're not joking.
I think I don't know, man. I feel like they're on a different wavelength. I think they just think about things totally differently.
They're not rational. Men are rational, and if you try to be rational with a woman, it's never gonna work. So you might as well just hit the beat right then and there. They're very emotional. You bring up any facts, that's when they start to get emotional. You see it.
Don't mansplain to me. I'm not. I'm just letting you know that like the speed limit is 55.
Oh my God. Have you seen the one where there's a viral video out there for everybody that haven't seen it, where a man is trying to get a woman's attention. He's honking at her. He's flashing his lights because her car has a little hose sticking out of the gas tank because she ripped it off at the gas station after paying for, maybe not paying for gas. Who knows? Kind of sounds like a crazy thing somebody would do. And she just gets out of the car, berates the man, calls him a, I don't know, creepy Charlie or something. And he's just trying to explain to this woman, hey, you have some car trouble? And it's like, you're mansplaining, you're this, you're that, you're everything under the sun. And don't get me wrong, there are some crappy men out there that very chauvinistic, That's not cool either. But come on, ladies. You got to give the man the benefit of the doubt. Don't come out of the gate swinging. All right?
I saw one, and like you start off, and you're like, this can't be real. But I guess it is. So these people are at a gas station, and they see this lady pull up in a big old like SUV, and she goes and She starts getting gas, but before she puts the gas nozzle in her car, she squeezes the handle and then starts just spraying her entire car as if she's washing it, but with gasoline. And these people filming are like, oh my god, oh my god, we should tell her. We gotta tell her before she does something stupid. We gotta let her know. I don't think she understands how dangerous this is.
That's whenever she lit up her cigarette. No.
Right? I feel like if your entire car is covered in gasoline, just starting that might be a problem.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't know. It's not even a woman thing. I mean, men at the same time. Some people are just kind of dumb.
Big facts.
I mean, how dumb is that though? What the fuck?
That is ridiculous. Yeah, like.
I mean, in her defense, it started looking really clean. Like it looked like it was doing a good job.
I like to see the
paint all the grease off too.
I'm sure it took everything off, man. Even the paint.
That's wild. Yeah.
Well, shit. But don't get us wrong, ladies. We love you out there. We won't ask you to smile. You smile as much as you want. We won't ask you to wash the dishes every time. I want you to take care of kids if you want to take care of kids. You can be a housewife if you want to be a housewife. All right?
But if you don't want to be a housewife, you got to be totally okay with me being a house husband.
If you're not doing the dishes, you're out there in the yard, mowing the yard. So
yeah, we gotta have trade-offs here.
Trade-offs. This is what's
you wanted to tan anyways. Go mow that yard.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you I'm at work slaving all day. I come home and you want to spend $40 a week to go tanning in a goddamn tanning bed whenever you just mow the fucking yard. You mow the yard. You could take out the trash. You could
go
hang out outside. Walk the dog.
Hell, go lay on
I don't
the
care
roof.
if he's my dog. You can go walk the dog. Jeez. We joke a lot, but we have fun.
That's like the joke of the wife calls the husband, asks, "Hey, have you done the dishes yet?" And the husband says, "Well, I would, but the dishwasher's at work."
Oh, Jesus. I like that. Sounds like something my brother would say.
I heard one.
His brother.
I heard one, dude. This chick, she gets a knock on her door. She goes and answers the door, and the guy's like, "Hey, do you have a vagina?" She closes the door in his face immediately, doesn't answer the question. Next day, same guy, same question. Third day, her husband stays home from work, decides he's going to hide behind the door, and he tells her, "Hey, just say you have one, and let's see where he goes with this." So sure enough, they get to knock on the door. The husband runs to hide behind the door. She opens it up. Guy's like, "Excuse me, do you have a vagina?" And she's like, "As a matter of fact, I do." And he's like, "Oh, awesome. Well, can you tell your husband to use yours and stop fucking my wife?"
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Ouch town, boy. Oh, my God. Well, guys.
You don't have any jokes like that, Mark? You ain't got any good jokes?
I don't. I have
I'll tell a joke.
I have some. Okay, I got a joke. Good old funeral director joke. So, guy in town, he's kind of strapped for cash. So he goes out and he helps the local funeral director. First night on the job, he goes and gets a call. Everything's going all right. They got to go pick up Mr. John Johnson from the hospital. Tragic accident, just passed away. So they pick Mr. John Johnson up. They take him back to the funeral home. They start embalming him, washing him up. And they're like, "Whoa, wait a second here. Mr. John Johnson's Johnson is huge. I'm talking scary big." They're like, "Well, this is crazy, right? Like, this is a modern miracle. Like, this doesn't just happen every day. Mr. John Johnson's Johnson is, well, it's half of Mr. Johnson. Well, they say, you know what? We should preserve this thing. We'll just we'll take this thing off of him. We'll put it in a jar. We'll keep it, for science. Go take it over to the local museum here in a couple weeks. And so they finish up. The guy said, "Hey, man, I gotta show this to my wife. Like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna show her like what we're doing, and like, people won't believe this thing. I gotta show her, okay?" The funeral director says, "Fine, man. Go take it out. Go show your wife, but bring it back because I'm gonna show mine." Well, the guy goes home. He sets it on the table, and sure enough, his wife said, "Oh no! What happened to Mr. John Johnson?"
That's fucking terrible.
I heard one about a funeral director. He's getting old, man. He's an old funeral director, and he can't do all the work himself anymore. So he hires these 3 young women to help him get the work done, embalming and all this stuff. And well, they get this John Doe in, just a regular guy, dead for some reason or another.
Just a regular guy.
And yeah, man, he comes in, and these 3 girls, they're going to strip him down, wash him up, embalm him, get everything taken care of. But as soon as they get into the room, they notice rigor mortis has set in a particular area of this gentleman. And well, the first chick, she's like, "Well, wow, man, he's ready to go. I don't think I can let that go to waste."
Oh my God, Jed, no.
So no, hold on. So she goes, she uses the man as she does. Second girl's like, since you did it, I guess I'll do it. So you're not the only one. Third girl's a bit more hesitant. She's like, well, I'm on my period. I just don't think it's a good idea. But she ends up riding the guy too. And after a little while, they're cleaning themselves up. Now the guy sits up, and they all freak out. They're like, "Oh my God, sir, we thought you were dead. We thought you were gone." And he's like, I was, but after 2 jump starts and a blood transfusion, I'm good to go.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
2 jump starts and a blood transfusion. I don't think I have any mortuary jokes.
That's probably for the best. Respect the profession, boys. God damn. At least respect the dead. Fuck. Oh my God, that was a little crazy. I didn't know where that was going. Oh my God, I used to work with a guy. Well, I did my internship with him actually whenever I was in school, and he had a million jokes. He would joke all day, every day. It's just the way he was. And for some reason we were doing a Catholic funeral because somebody that was Catholic had passed away, believe it or not. And we're sitting in the back of the church, and God, he's telling the dirtiest Catholic priest jokes you can imagine, and then the father is telling him right back, like even worse ones. I was like, I'm caught in the crosshairs of the worst jokes that nobody should be saying by some of the people that should never be saying these jokes. Like, it was terrible, but it was a good time, and I really loved it. Especially whenever the father can tell you like a dirty joke about like rapey Catholic priests.
Fucking A. Does that mean it's a cool one? It doesn't rape little boys?
I hope so. I hope it's not like, "Oh, I'm just telling you what I did on Wednesday." Like,
my favorite like Bill Burr line, or when he was getting interviewed, they were like, "Don't you think you went a little too far with the Catholic priest joke, whatever?" He's like, didn't the Catholic Church go a little bit too far?
Right? Yeah,
Oh,
I saw that.
shit.
I saw that clip.
That's
It's a good
great.
clip. Bill Burr's hilarious, man. I like him a lot.
I think he's my favorite for sure. Yeah.
He's got I like his style of comedy. Like, because we don't have a lot of people like him left. You know, he can be rude. He points out the flaws, and uh, he's a little crass. You know, like, but he's not. I don't know what to say. Like. Reserved is in like, oh, I need to be PC about this, or need to be, you know, don't offend this group of people, you know. And it's like, no, everybody gets the joke. Like, that's why we're making jokes. We're making fun of the situation. We're not here to put down, you know, somebody.
Yeah,
Whatever. Good guy. Good comedian.
for sure. Yeah, he does like everything too. His hobbies range from like playing drums to flying airplanes to dude, he's fucking all over the place.
Modern rogue. Renaissance man, you could say.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever think about that? Being a
What?
like conducting yourself as a Renaissance man, like okay, let me kind of lay it out there a little bit better. So, like I try to be athletic, but I also try to read, you know, and I try to make myself a really well-rounded person on many levels, I guess what I'm saying. Like I want to do art as well, maybe play music, like all these things. And like, you know, also like on that spectrum, and then also like, you know, martial arts, or like lifting weights, and like being
Yeah.
really healthy, like learning how to cook, like kind of like, you know, modern Renaissance man, I guess what I'm saying.
I am that way, but I don't call myself like the jack of all trades. I call myself the jackass of all trades because I'll get into something and I'll learn
That's
enough.
pretty true.
I'll learn enough to, like, I guess you could say, have a good understanding of what I'm doing, the task, but then I'll bounce to something else. But I mean, it's not like I'll bounce to something else and leave that other hobby or something. I'll return to it and tend to whatever I was doing, but I'm just all over the place with shit. That's why I can talk about all sorts of different shit. Like I can talk about working on cars. I can talk about a little bit about airplanes. I can talk about um, you know, working out, martial arts, um, just a variety of shit. But I love that shit.
That's awesome. Like I think I I hope that more men do that. Like we don't have people that are just actors out there. We have people that are like Jed, you know, like he's an actor but yet he still works with his hands. He, you know, he reads, and at the same time he's also working on, you know, space, you know. And he's working on, you know, uh, I could rely on Jed to go plant a garden. At the same time, I could have him go read Shakespeare and teach a class on it. You know what I mean? Like I think those
Yeah.
things are important in life, and I hope that more men try to do that. You know what I'm saying? More of our
Yeah.
audience like aspires to be. I think that's kind of a part of being like a gentleman, is like having both traits. Like you can't just be a brute, and you can't just be a man with a cat. Here we go. And you can't just be like I don't know, like artsy, you know, like an artist. You know, I think you got to cross paths. Like that makes you a better person, makes you a more rounded person, makes you I don't know, better in all aspects of life. I think.
Yeah. The real challenge, Mark, would be to teach Shakespeare to kids through farming.
Oh my God. But if anybody could do it, I bet you could, Jed.
Probably. It's like a weird thing that I noticed recently, right? Like we grew up knowing a lot about farming, but like that's not normal.
Yeah, it's just part of our like society
Yeah, it's part of like
out
our
there in the
local
country.
culture, right?
It's
Like
so much better than learning than not. Like what other environment would we be in that would be as beneficial as growing crops. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like
right?
city, what the fuck would you learn? You'd learn how to sell rock on the fucking corner, or you.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. We don't, I don't condone that. That is a thing though.
I'm just saying that comparatively, like we did grow up in a good place where, like, if that's what we learned on the streets, like, you know, that's
Oh yeah.
Streets? What streets?
right. Sorry, dirt roads. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, the dirt roads we were raised on.
That's what we learned in the waterways between the fields. But
Yeah, exactly.
but no, it's funny. Like, so Harold hit me up to go tubing tomorrow, and it made me think back to like the last time we went tubing. Harold had some of his Marine buddies from like New York and like Indianapolis come through, and you know we're just sitting there waiting for them to bring the car for us all to load into, and you know some farmer nearby is spraying his crops, you know, just going back and forth using those, you know, those super long sprayers that they have for their fields. And some dude is like, one of these guys from like New York or whatever. He's like, man, what are they using that thing for? What are they doing with that? And I ended up spending like 45 minutes explaining basic farming to this guy. And he was so fascinated. He's like, I have never heard anything about this at all. And I was like, wow, man, like I'm not even a farmer. I just grew up with this stuff.
Yeah.
I know that milk comes from a cow, and I've met several people, and this is no joke. This like shockingly surprised me whenever I would found out that people thought just milk came from a store, and like milk is just something the store made, and didn't realize that milk came from cows.
All right, okay.
And
so
it's really weird.
Not sponsored here, but guys, I found this freaking milk.
All right.
It's like I can't remember what the name is. I'll have to send you guys a picture when I get back to my apartment because I made sure to save the bottle. But it's like, oh man, what's it called? It's like Jersey. It's like Jersey Farms milk or something like that. But the idea is that they use Jersey cows instead of Holsteins, and it gets really a much creamier milk. And man, I believe them because I took one sip of this milk and I was like, "Whoo boy, that's some good milk!" Like it was chocolate milk, dude. It was like some of the best. Like it was the kind of chocolate milk that you take and drink of, and you're like, "I cannot stop."
Is it?
I drank like half in one sip. What's that?
It must. Does it have a lot of sugar in it?
I didn't look at the sugar count. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I know. I get that way with Nesquik's chocolate milk.
I hate Nesquik. Nesquik never dissolves all the way for me.
Oh, but I think he's just talking about like buying the actual like in the jug milk, not like powder, right?
Yeah, I'm not. No, yeah. The milk that's in the little bottle. It's not even like a full jug. It's just like a small bottle, and it's got like usually it's strawberry or chocolate Nesquik. It's in like a yellow wrapper with a blue lid.
Yeah, with the bunny on it.
That's only like real milk that I like. Oh, I could just drink the whole thing in one thing, but
I'm telling you though, this stuff was way better. This stuff was way better than Nesquik, man.
Macaroni, what you got?
Promised Land. It's called Promised Land.
Definitely not Jersey. I don't know where the fuck you got that from.
No, the Jersey cows. That's what it is.
Oh,
The Jersey cows.
All right. We'll add a picture in the thing, right? We'll show everybody. Right here, like, okay, you guys have your milk in your little, plastic gallon cartons or whatever. We just get it, like, all milk really comes in carton, like box carton, right? This one is like extra vitamin D, I guess, and like supposed to be super good for your bones. I'll tell you this though. I don't know why, but Japanese milk is like thicker. I swear to God, it's a little bit sweeter, way stronger. You don't find 2% or 1% milk anywhere in Japan. It's all whole milk, or whole milk plus kind of thing. Like this one, because it has like more, vitamin D in it. What is like 150% more or something or another, and plus, Meiji, big company in Japan. They do like candies. They do, I'd say they're like the craft food of Japan. Actually, that's a better way to describe it because they do everything like food wise. But the cool thing is this is Okinawan milk from Okinawa by this big company. So it's local, but at the same time, it's like, I guess, higher like big company standards. So I'm happy about that. Otherwise, like to get local milk is a little bit harder, but I can still do it. I mean, I still get local eggs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's
Since we're going to talk about milk so much, I had to go run and grab it. So everybody, this is carton of Japanese milk. And right here, probably can't see this too well, but this little thing right here is like the made in Okinawa or like a product of Okinawa kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Pretty cool. Hey, you got a kitty too.
Oh, yeah.
I do not. Don't expect to see me pull out a cat out of nowhere. Maybe a spider, though. Fuck. I've got a little fucking black spider running around my room right now.
Oh, I was muted for a second there. Sorry, guys. Jed is not going to pull out a cat. Too bad.
Sorry, man. I don't have a cat. I got a little robot.
That's not the same thing. Cool. So I think we're gonna wrap this up here in a second. But last thing, I was kind of wondering, what's everybody watching on TV? Anything?
I did. So Loki came out. The new Marvel TV show Loki just came out on Friday. Just the first episode. Man, it's a bit of a mind bender. I'll tell you that. Basically, the premise is that we're gonna follow Loki as he goes through time prison. So when the Avengers went back and changed stuff, Loki got the Tesseract, and when he grabbed that, he broke away from the way time was supposed to go. So he got arrested by the Time Task Force people, and man, he is not dealing with it well. The idea that his life is on a planned course, and if he changes that, he gets arrested, is not sitting well with him.
Damn.
But it also has Owen Wilson in it, and I'm just waiting for him to say wow, because I know it's going to happen.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my God. I've been watching this new show called Snowpiercer.
Oh, is that based off the movie of the same name?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I haven't seen the movie. I feel like I should watch the movie, but I'm watching the series, like the TV show series, and I'm actually really liking it. It's pretty neat. It has a weird concept, but I don't know. I can roll with it. So basically, what's going on is like these super wealthy people are traveling around the Earth because there's been a global freeze, and there's like 19 bazillion below outside of this train. But if you live on this train, then like you can survive the ice age. And this train travels the globe, right? And,
never stops.
Well, yeah, it can't stop. Or everybody dies or something. And
pretty much.
And what has happened is like there's been stowaways on the train because it was supposed to be just like all these billionaires, because this like trillionaire made this train, and he made it for all of his billionaire buddies, and it's supposed to be like, well, we're gonna like survive after the apocalypse. Like we're gonna ride this train until it's done, and then after the ice age is gone, then our children's children will, carry on, kind of thing, and restart humanity. Well, unfortunately, there was some stowaways because they didn't want to die, and they're getting treated like garbage. But one of them is a detective, and they've pulled him from the back of the train because obviously, if you're a lower class person, I guess you got to sit in the back of the train. I don't know why. It's just how it worked. And I don't know. This guy's pretty cool. Like he's a detective. He's figuring stuff out. He's trying to because these people like literally are just living in excess. These billionaires living in luxury, and these other people are like eating bug bars to survive.
Yeah.
And like rats. Like he's like, hey, maybe you just maybe we could both eat a reasonable amount of food, and I don't have to eat crushed up bugs and rat droppings to live. This
Right.
bullshit. Got plenty of stuff. There's a guy. There's a fucking swimming pool. There's nightclubs.
Yeah.
Come on now. Strawberries everywhere. This guy's eating cockroaches. Fuck these people. I don't know. I'm really enjoying the series though. I haven't finished it yet. It's very interesting. Like I probably gonna binge watch it a little bit after this show because I like it a lot. Also, I recently I finished Walking Dead. That was kind of cool. I don't know. I watch it and I'm just kind of like I watch it because I've watched all the other ones. I kind of wanted it just to be done so that I don't have to watch it anymore. That's how I feel about that.
And that's all I've got to say about that.
That's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know if you watch anything now, Lane? You see anything new? Maybe a movie?
No, I started Stargate. That was cool. With like Kurt Russell and
Oh, the movie?
yeah.
Dude, I like that movie. I saw that one time just randomly on TV, and I was like, what is this? And I watched the whole thing, and I was like, oh man, Stargate, pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, for the most part I stay away from that CIA propaganda bullshit, Their programming. It's all
Man, you can't let them control your mind, bro.
You know what I will say? Like, I think I don't know, maybe they're fooling other people. And maybe this was a thing that maybe I just didn't see like in earlier things of like media. But have you seen like the narrative that is pushed so much in different forms of media, like about like I don't know one side of the political argument or whatever?
yes.
It's kind of ridiculous. It's also why I've stopped watching a lot of stuff too. Like I want it to be neutral or just nothing. You know what I mean? Like stop.
Yeah, it's once you start to unplug from the matrix is what I call it, then you just start to see it all the fucking time in your face, and it's just appalling. They don't make any good movies anymore where like Stargate. There was no fucking political shit in Stargate. That's why I'm watching it. I love it. It's cool.
Well, there might be.
It's great.
You should check out when it was released and then do some research about like what was going on politically at that time, and see if you can see anything in it.
It was in like 93 or 2.
Okay.
Let me look that up. Stargate.
Stargate political propaganda. Fueling the machine. Well, I'm just like that's why I was saying like maybe I'm just not thinking about it now, and maybe that'll be the future too. My kids' kids won't see all the crazy propaganda that I see now.
84.
84? Is that what you said?
90.
Oh, 94. What was going on in 94?
I was.
It was the last
living
couple
my
years
life.
of Bill Clinton's. And man, in Stargate, does anybody get a blowjob and then get fired?
No,
They should.
Because that's pretty political right there.
right.
Are they opening up to a new country and letting them take over a whole bunch of industry? China.
Yeah, right.
Are people moving their businesses to that other country to avoid taxes?
Were they selling arms to Iran?
Oh my God! Yes, that's it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was
Isn't
looking
it something
for.
like they come back in time and find out there's like aliens controlling all of like Egypt?
I haven't finished the movie. I got to the part where they meet. Who the fuck is the big dog? Not Roth. Not the. Who the fuck? One of the fucking alien people that reincarnated to stay alive and
Yeah.
yeah. But that's as far as I got, which is like an hour and 20 minutes in.
Are they instituting a 3 strikes you're out policy for prisoners? That's another thing that happened.
Oh no.
Ah, shit.
So yeah,
Okay.
anyway, I said, fucking good movie. I want to finish it, but no, I don't really watch too much. I don't know, man. I'm such a bummer when it comes to shit like that, right? Like, I'm that one guy that's like, CIA. Like, I just ruin everything whenever I fucking open my mouth about anything cool that you guys seem to fucking find fun. Like, just leave it.
Well,
It's
I
all
mean,
fun.
you're still reading books, and you've come up with some pretty good books I've looked into and like cracked a couple, and that's the whole reason I think we're doing the Gentleman's Bureau book club. Basically, we're gonna be coming at you all the time. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. I gotta read Green Lights.
yeah. I mean, it's a good book.
It is a good book.
Times.
But
Green Lights.
that's the next one that's coming out for everybody. If you don't know, let me tell you, our next should be our next video, but not sure on how that's gonna work. Yeah, we're doing our review on green lights, so please join us for that video, and we'll have a good time. We're gonna be talking about a lot of the smaller things of the book. We're gonna be talking about the things that were kind of inspiring. I mean, Matthew McConaughey talks about his life in such a way that it almost seems unreal a lot of the time because I mean he is a writer and he knows how to write a story, but it draws you in, it holds you close, and it makes you wanting more. It's crazy. It's over the top good. Like it blows my
Well
mind how
done.
good it was.
Yeah, and you didn't even listen to the one that he narrates, did you?
I did not. I
Oh man, it's even better when he narrates it because you get that classic Matthew McConaughey way of talking, man. And it just, oh yeah, yeah, dude.
all right, but I
Here we are. I'm staring outside. I'm sitting on my porch, smoking a pipe, and fucking love Matthew McConaughey, dude.
you're not too far off. But all right. I think we've had a good time here on the Gentleman's Bureau. I think we're gonna pack it in like fudge, pack it in like sin, and we're yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
You're terrible.
Like, subscribe. That's all I got. Catch you later.
All right,
Thanks for
everybody.
joining us.
Bye.
Bye.